Hello everyone, welcome to a live stream. We are finally back after Artemis 1. Finally there is a rocket launch in the time when I can actually do one. So yes, today we have quite a cool rocket launch. So we have a Falcon 9 carrying 40 OneWeb satellites. Now, you hear me say OneWeb. That is an internet satellite constellation which are basically direct competitors to Starlink, which is SpaceX. So these satellites were meant to go on a Russian Soyuz, but obviously due to Russia and Ukraine, that got postponed, and now they are basically resorting to using SpaceX, which is super cool. I mean, it's more business really for SpaceX. What they're probably going to lose in customers, they'll probably make up in this actual rocket launch itself, in the payment. So yeah, we are just under okay, I was just about to say we're under 2 minutes away from the live stream, but SpaceX have started their stream. So it's going to be a bit hard for me to navigate around the screen at the moment. I have half a mouse. That's the other half to it. I had a bit of a rage the other day, and yeah, let's just say I'm waiting on Amazon for a new actual mouse. So that turns up tomorrow, which is great. So yeah, we are gonna open up and we're gonna keep it on 4K, and yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I am on a new fresh install of OBS, so I've been having lots of problems lately with my OBS, but I touch wood, I think I fixed it. Everything seems to be running fine. I had to redo all my scenes, so all my Elgato Stream Deck I've had to reprogram. I've had to redo everything on the OS. I keep saying OSB. I'm building a shed at the moment and I'm using OSB sheets. I am using OBS, and yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the butt, but we are getting there. So I'm going to chuck the computer sound on, and I'm going to turn their sound down. Yeah, that's too far down. Right, I'm actually going to hold the microphone up because I was playing GTA the other day. So that is all good. We are here, we are waiting. Obviously you can see I've had a rebrand of the channel since our last adventure with the Artemis 1 rocket. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the new rebrand. We're basically, at the moment, I'm bulk loading loads of GTA videos, editing them down. So in the new year, I will just have a clean slate of GTA videos. I'm doing shorts daily. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to get it, you know, going to try and get daily uploads every day next year. That is my plan.
Go for launch.
And do as many of these live streams as I can. God, that's loud. So with my shed, it will be my YouTube studio. So this computer will go in there as well. I can't really call it a shed because it's more like an outbuilding that I've made. So yeah, that's gonna be quite cool. I can't wait to get in there. I had Rich, my best mate, helping me yesterday on a day off, helping me put up the walls. So yeah. Oh, here we go.
Video of Falcon 9 awaiting its 5:27 p.m. Eastern Time launch from Launch Complex 39A at Kennedy Space Center in Florida.
It's literally
Hello
on
and welcome
sunset.
to SpaceX's 55th launch of 2022 for our customer OneWeb. My name is Yomezo, and I'm a propulsion engineer here at SpaceX. I'm joining you today from SpaceX headquarters here in Hawthorne, California.
To say you're
Our customer today, OneWeb, is a connectivity wholesaler in pursuit of bridging the digital divide around the world. Today's mission will mark OneWeb's 15th overall launch and will bring their LEO constellation to 80% completion with just over 500 satellites in space. Yeah. On board the second stage today, we have 40 total satellites that will be deploying in 3 separate deployments, concluding around the T+1 hour and 30-minute mark. Here at T-11 minutes and 43 seconds, the range, weather, and vehicle are all green for an on-time liftoff of OneWeb 1. With that, let's learn a little bit more about our customer and today's mission.
So you guys, if you are enjoying the stream, don't forget to hit that like button. That is much appreciated. It helps YouTube
Think for a moment
push out my
about what
content
connectivity brings you. Is it helping you manage or grow a business, stay in contact with family and friends? Is it giving you or your family access to education or to a doctor? Is it opening doors for you to a world beyond your horizon?
Super
Of
cool.
course, for many of us in big cities and large and established communities, it's doing that every day. It's essential, fundamental, it's enabling our lives.
OneWeb's quite a cool
From
company.
connectivity flows a better quality of life, new horizons and greater opportunities. So what can we do to help ensure everybody can experience the benefits of connectivity? This is the OneWeb mission, to bridge that digital divide,
Very cool.
to serve businesses and rural communities, to further scientific understanding and collaboration. And we're doing this by bringing high-speed broadband internet from space to places where this opportunity was previously
And what was
unimaginable. Every customer
to 300
connected by the
megabits per second.
OneWeb
That's actually
network
pretty
has
good.
their own story. All of them are united by one thing, gaining the power of connectivity and the independence or sense of community that can bring.
Very cool.
OneWeb, we are a global connectivity provider powered by satellites to connect the unconnected
Is she
globally.
French?
And we are doing this with a low Earth orbit constellation of 648 satellites. We run satellites 30
680.
times closer to the Earth than traditional satellites. We do this
I was going to
because
say, yeah.
we can deliver high-speed connectivity to be hundreds of megabits per second, delivered to a single user terminal.
See,
Connectivity is
that's
highly
to a
concentrated
single
around densely
user
populated
terminal.
areas. OneWeb really wants to bring connectivity to remote places. With a satellite constellation, we can reach everyone, everywhere, effectively bringing on a level playing field all of these people that have been left behind.
Nice. That's cool.
Water is life, but connectivity is everything else, right? It's education, it's healthcare, it's being able to start your own small business. I mean, just look at all the stuff you do on a day-to-day basis in an urban environment, and think if that's cut off for even a few hours, how anxious you get. There's over 300 communities in Canada that we think will never. They're satellite communities. We don't think they'll ever have connectivity going in.
Wow.
They're just too
Imagine
far away
that,
to run
not having-
fiber. They're too far away to get 4G or 5G.
Wow.
The only option for them will be satellite internet.
I'm taking classes to get my bachelor's degree in administration in the early childhood field. With the internet, it's made it a lot easier. I can see my professors during class. I can collaborate with my classmates.
OneWeb has helped in a lot of ways. It's more convenient for
Let's see
us,
if it's
like
gonna tell it.
ordering supplies and payments over the phone.
Hello, Rich.
It is great to work with
Nice to see you
SpaceX.
joining the
They are a
stream.
fantastic partner. It's been very nice and exciting to start working with,
some
with them
reason-
and OneWeb.
We're really looking forward to the launch with SpaceX. It's
The
very important for us because it will enable us to
chat is
extend
not
our
working for
commercial
some reason.
coverage 25 degrees north to the North Pole and 25 degrees to the South Pole. And we'll be able to do that by next summer, the summer of 23.
I can reply back.
Liftoff is currently 7.5 minutes from now. Let's get to know a little bit more about the rocket on your screen.
There we go.
Falcon 9 is our 2-stage rocket and stands at 250 feet or 70 meters tall,
70
roughly the
meters
height of a
tall.
20-story building. When it's fully fueled, it'll hold just over 1 million pounds of propellant that the vehicle will mostly burn through in less than 3 minutes after liftoff. And we began loading these propellants on both stages of the vehicle at T-minus 35 minutes. The bottom 2/3 of the vehicle is the first stage. At the very bottom of the first stage are 9 Merlin engines that will get the Falcon 9 off the ground and up to the thinner parts of the Earth's atmosphere. The 2 stages will then separate from one another, with the second stage continuing on to orbit while the first stage makes its way back down to Earth for its landing attempt back on land at Landing Zone 1 in Cape Canaveral, which is not too far from where it will take off. Now, if successful, this will be the 4th launch and landing for the booster on today's mission, and it will also mark the 145th successful recovery of a Falcon 9 first stage. As for the second stage, it will ignite its single Merlin vacuum or MVAC,
right in the back.
MVAC engine about 2.5 minutes into flight. Just heard the call out that the first stage RP1 load is complete and we're still loading liquid oxygen. But the MVAC engine on the second stage is what will take OneWeb 1 payload to low Earth orbit. Now, right now, that payload fairing is what you see on your screen, and that's where the 40 OneWeb satellites are safely enclosed.
The launch tower, I should say.
The fairing protects the payloads from aerodynamic heating, loads, and contamination during ascent.
So cool.
And once we reach the vacuum of space, we will jettison the fairing halves while second stage continues to orbit. Now,
so
for today's launch, we will have 3 separate payload deployments from the second stage. The first will deploy 14 satellites, and then the second and third will each deploy 13 satellites after that. Now, we will only have live views of the first payload deployment, as we won't have ground station coverage for the final 2 deployments. But for these, we will come back once we regain ground station coverage to confirm successful separation. Now, lastly, that truss structure you see right alongside the rocket there is the transporter erector, or TE. We use it to roll the rocket out to the pad and raise it to its vertical launch position.
Very, very cool.
The TE also routes the vehicle's
for strong battery track.
fluids, power, and telemetry umbilicals from the ground systems to the rocket and satellites until Falcon 9 goes on internal power and clears the pad. Now, at liftoff, the TE will retract in order to clear the way for F9's ascent. So before the TE retracts, we will see the clamp arms will begin to open around the second stage, and then the TE
starting strong back retract.
will pull away from the rocket slightly. You heard that
these
call
little
out. The strong
arms
back
here,
retraction has
open
just
up,
begun.
and then they'll come back.
Finally, at T0, the ground hydraulic systems will pull the TE even further away from the Falcon 9 as it lifts off.
Come on. There you go. They're opening.
You should be able to see right there on the bottom of the screen below the fairing. The clamp arms are beginning to open in preparation for the retraction of that strong back.
Look, all the tanks. So these are your liquids.
Now the first stage is connected to a launch mount at the base of the TE, but the structure is hinged and it will retract away from the vehicle in preparation for launch. You may hear this transporter erector referred to as the strong back by the launch teams.
I've been along this road here, this little road here.
You can see that slow tilt of that strong back on the right-hand side of the fairing as it begins to recline in preparation for launch.
Who's this?
Now, at this point in the countdown, both the first and second stages are nearly fully loaded with 1 million pounds of kerosene fuel and liquid oxygen. Just had that call out that the first stage has finished up its liquid oxygen loading. The second stage should wrap up in about a minute at T-minus 2 minutes.
Cool.
You might be able to see those white clouds gathering around the vehicle. And that is chilled gas from just above the LOX tank liquid surface that we bent overboard to maintain the pressures that we want in the LOX tank. And when that gas comes into contact with the humid Florida air, you can see it condensing into those clouds coming from the booster.
It's lovely out there. I would love to be in Florida right now.
At T-minus 60 seconds, Falcon 9 will be in startup.
It is
this
currently
means that the rocket's autonomous internal flight computers will have taken over the countdown. And just inside of T-minus 2 seconds, we light the Merlin 1D engines.
And I don't even have a coat, I just have a hoodie.
Should
Here
be
we go.
wrapping up second stage liquid oxygen loading here very
We
shortly.
should get a little puff of the vapor come out. Come on, where is it?
The OneWeb 1 payload continues to be healthy, and the
Nice.
Falcon 9 team is tracking no issues on the rocket.
Stage 2, LOX load
I
complete.
think we. Oh,
There's
look
that
at
call
that.
out for second stage LOX loading
That is
complete.
cool.
Weather is still looking good, and the range is go for launch.
That is very,
With that, we
very
are proceeding
cool.
into the last few minutes of the
I think we
terminal
will
countdown.
definitely get a jellyfish on this one.
You can see that white
well, it's
cloud
just
coming
after
from the
sunset.
TE LOX line. This is normal and
So
expected.
we should get a lovely, lovely
in just
jellyfish
about 30
effect.
seconds.
Launch gas closeouts.
In just under 30 seconds here, Falcon 9 will be in startup.
There
This
you
is
go,
when
there's
the
the
first
positive
and
gas.
second stages will begin pressurizing for launch.
Oh,
Shortly after
can't
that,
wait
we
to see
will
the.
wait for that final
So it's
launch director
basically,
go
as it comes up, it's going to
prior
split.
to liftoff.
Second stage will go off, and then basically the core stage will do a backflip maneuver, and then do a boost back burn. So it's just going to launch itself that way, do a basic handbrake turn in the air, and then come all the way back. Oh, okay, why?
Start it.
Yeah, boom,
Falcon 9
yeah.
is
Oh
in
yeah,
startup.
I haven't put the pole down yet.
The Falcon flight computers have taken over the countdown.
Start pole.
LD, go for launch.
The launch director has given that final go for launch. All systems are go for Falcon 9 and the OneWeb 1 payload for
There you
launch.
go, guys. There is a poll in the chat. What do you reckon? Do you reckon
You have
it will
30 seconds
be
to counting.
boom or actually what is short of yours and thought it was excellent name for the channel.
T-minus 15
Nice.
seconds and counting.
Here we go. Let's turn this up.
T-minus 10, 9, 8,
Here we go.
7, 6,
The camera is already shaking.
4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition.
Nice. It's going. Also, what's the numbers on people?
Pitching downrange.
3 votes, 2 saying yes and 1 saying no.
M1D chamber pressure is nominal.
Look at that. We are 100% going to get a jellyfish tonight. It sounds so wrong. Oh, it's going.
Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Pad 39A at Kennedy
Damn.
Space Center, carrying
Oh, no,
our
there you go.
OneWeb 1
It's now hitting
payload.
the sun. You can
Now
see
during
the
ascent, we
sunshine
will
on it.
tilt the engines, technically called gimbaling, and that'll turn the rocket horizontally slightly in what we call a gravity turn.
Nominal power and telemetry.
So we're still going up, but we're also going
Yes.
horizontally away from the launch pad. You can see a beautiful sunset view of that ascent of Falcon 9.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
Now in just a couple moments, we will be throttling the engines down in preparation for max Q, or the
Look
maximum
at that.
aerodynamic pressure.
Max Q.
We just passed through that moment.
Who
Now the
was
first
it?
stage, or any
I don't
rocket,
know.
typically
It
needs
doesn't tell
about
me who.
to go
It
about
just tells me the votes.
17,500 miles per hour horizontally in order to avoid being pulled back down to Earth and
Damn.
actually make it into orbit. So you can keep an eye on that stage 1
crazy.
telemetry on that
Chill.
bottom left-hand side of your screen. Looks like we're going about 2,500 miles per hour right now and increasing rapidly.
That's correct. That is so fast.
In a little under a minute here, we will have 5 events coming up in quick succession. So it'll start with main engine cutoff
Nice.
of the first stage.
I still love the
followed
plume.
by
How
stage separation,
much the plume
a
comes
stage
down
1 flip as it
in
prepares
the
to
lower
do the
atmosphere,
boost back
in
burn.
the lower pressure.
The second engine startup 1,
look at
where
that.
the second stage MVAC engine will ignite, and then the start of that first stage boost
That
back
is so
burn.
cool. Was it Rich?
Beautiful views from
I don't
that
know.
camera tracking the Falcon 9.
That is so steady as well.
Now we're coming up for main engine cutoff in just a
Right,
few
this
seconds.
is the
Watch
interesting
out for
part.
those
So
5
get ready
events.
for this. This is going to be so cool. Miko.
Nico. Stage separation confirmed.
So as she slows down slightly and then it speeds up again.
And back ignition.
Nice. And look at the right hand side. You can see the booster just basically, and it just restarts the engine. It is mental.
Wow, what an incredible view.
So it's basically now pushing itself back down. Oh, look at that.
There you heard and you see in these incredible
That
views
is
from
awesome.
Falcon 9 first and second stages, that main engine cutoff, stage separation, the first stage
That is
flip,
so
second engine
flipping
startup,
cool.
and that boost back burn where the plumes from that first and second
it's
stage
basically
were creating that
cancelling
beautiful
out
light show
all the speed
in the
it's just
sky.
had. And basically
Now that
putting it
first
back
stage
to
boost
where
back
it
burn
was.
is in progress, but it'll end here in just under 10 seconds.
It's crazy, these landings. Oh, it's just so cool. It is so cool.
Stage 1 boost back shutdown.
There you go. They've made
That
this
was
look
the end of the
so
stage 1
normal,
boost back
so
burn.
routine.
And here coming up shortly, we should have fairing deployment from
Look at
our
the
second
pulses of the
stage.
gas.
Fairing separation confirmed.
Oh, that's cool. We got fairing separation.
There's fairing separation. And you can see that attitude
Both
control
vehicles are
system.
following nominal trajectories.
The attitude control system on
so
that first
cool.
stage, creating those beautiful plumes in the sky on those views from your left.
Now
we did have confirmation of a good
pay
fairing separation for
flat
both of our
earther
fairing halves.
to go to
And this
Kennedy
is the
and watch
fifth
this
and
with their
sixth
own
flight
eyes.
of those fairing halves today.
With their
and we will be attempting to retrieve
Nikon
them once more
whatever the
when they
big,
fall back down to
big
Earth using
zoom
our
camera
recovery
is.
ship Doug.
I'd pay them to go there and watch it, and they might learn something.
Now here at T plus 4
Oh, look
minutes
at
and 20
that.
seconds into today's mission, we are in the first of 2 planned
So it's
and back
basically
burns
gone
ahead
from
of
dark
satellite
to
deployment.
light, back
At
to
T
dark.
plus 6 minutes and 4
It's
seconds,
so
you should
sick.
see the first stage's entry burn. And we're currently watching some beautiful light show performances from the first
wow.
stage as it is making its way back
That is
down to Earth
super
with
sick.
those plumes coming from our attitude control system, which is nitrogen cold gas thrusters near the top of the first stage.
So now it's basically at the speed
Now
it
for
was
the entry burn
when
coming
it
up in
started to
about
boost
a
back
minute,
burn.
we will relight 3 of our 9 M1D engines. So it'll start with the
Oh, this is
center
so
engine,
cool.
followed shortly by the E1 and E5 engines. First stage really putting on a beautiful, incredible show there.
It's so sick. It just
Now we do that entry
it
burn
amazes me
of
that
the
we've
first
got
stage to slow the
this
vehicle
sort of
down
technology.
and help reduce re-entry
You know,
forces
it's
to
just
help us
mad.
recover and reuse that first stage.
Oh, look at that. That's crazy. It's just going down the pitch black.
First stage and second stage continue to
Oh.
look healthy. We are about 30 seconds away from the start of our entry burn on the first stage.
There you go. So you
And
should
this will
see the
be
flame
about a
below me,
20-second burn
and then the
of
flame
3 of
that
our
side
M1D engines
going
to slow
down.
that
Stage 2 following nominal trajectory.
Looks like it's
to
dancing.
slow
Yeah.
that first stage down as
It
it,
does, doesn't
re-enters
it?
the thicker parts of the Earth's atmosphere. Hopefully we'll get some
getting a
really
bit
beautiful
shaky.
views from the first stage there on the left.
Oh, it's so cool.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
There is the start of our first stage entry burn, as you can see.
Oh, camera's tracking's gone off.
Now you can see that first stage flying through that entry burn plume, which deposits that soot on the first stage.
Stage 1 entry
Yeah.
burn shutdown.
Did to get that call out for a good
So
entry
Stage
cool.
1
burn.
FTS is saved.
So now it's falling again. You'll notice. Oh, you can't see the speed down there. My little space talk's in the way, but it'll start slowing down, and it has already now.
Stage 2 continues to be on a nominal
It started
trajectory.
slowing down
We are
already.
getting some spotty
Just by
camera
hitting the thicker
connectivity,
part of
but
the
everything
atmosphere.
is looking good from stage 2
Oh, here we go.
telemetry.
So it
You see the
actually
first
aims
stage is
away
coming down
into
back
the
towards
sea,
landing zone 1.
and then right at
And
the
we will
last
start
minute,
our
it
landing burn of
basically
that first stage in
decides
just
to go
about
for it.
10 seconds here.
It's mad.
You can see the Cape Canaveral
I'm gonna
coast
turn the
on
sound
your
up.
screen
Stage
on the
2
right.
FTS is saved.
Here we go. So basically, look under the grid fin.
There
You'll
is
see
that
it. Oh,
start of our
okay, there's a
first
little bit
stage
of a delay.
landing burn.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Oh, so watch the left one, because the left one's actually
Really incredible
slightly
views from the first
ahead.
stage.
Oh, there's this double sonic boom. That is so cool.
Stage 1 landing leg deployed.
Oh, look at that. Yeah! America! That is mental.
As you can see
That's
from that
absolutely
beautiful
mental.
video from
Stage 2 is the thermal guidance.
from the first stage, we did have a successful landing of the first stage booster back on landing zone 1, and this
That's
landing
super
marks
cool.
the 145th recovery of a Falcon 9 first stage.
145th.
Now, in just a few
Wow.
seconds here, we will have second engine cut off 1 of the second stage. We are getting a little bit of some spotty video connections, but you did see the second stage
sick.
briefly there in the midst of that first burn.
There we go.
We should have SECO 1 here shortly.
MVAC shutdown.
Ooh.
There is that second engine cutoff, or MVAC shutdown 1. And we are just waiting for confirmation
they
of
were
a good
doing
orbital
Hawthorne.
insertion from the second stage.
Which Hawthorne is like up here. It's California. I think California is here. So surely they would be using the Starlink satellites from the radars from Boca Chica, which is somewhere around there, I think. Alright, come on, give us confirmation. Come on. You find out that it's still going full throttle. Oh, we've got some great photos, I think. Okay, so how long until deployment?
Loss of signal. Cape.
I think we've got
You heard the
quite
call
a
out.
long time.
We are in a period of loss of signal from the Cape, but hopefully we will regain
Okay, from the Cape.
connectivity here shortly.
Oh, I wonder what's
Nominal orbit
blocking their
insertion.
signal.
We
Maybe
did just get that
curve of the Earth?
confirmation of a nominal orbital insertion, but the mission isn't over yet. The second stage
Right,
is
how
now
long we got?
embarking on its first coast phase. So after the coast phase, we will relight that MVAC engine for a second time around the T plus 55 minute mark.
Okay, it's
So we'll
40
see you back here
minutes
in
away.
about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, enjoy the space tunes, and we'll see you again soon.
Okay, guys. I really wish I could stay up for another 50 odd minutes, but unfortunately, I need an early night as I'm in early for work tomorrow. So, that was super awesome. Yeah, lightweight. Hey, I did an all-nighter the other week. What was it? Last week? Yeah, I think it was last week. I can't remember. I did an all-nighter, and that was it was the day I rebranded the channel. So it'd have been Thursday morning, Wednesday night. I pulled an all-nighter, and I still managed to do everything in it. Yeah, I can do late nights, just not when I'm getting up at 6:15 in the morning. But yes, I don't know, I don't see you. Well, I will be round, Martin, I promise. I'm almost done with the shed. Once I'm done with the shed, I will come see you. Actually, Saturday, come see you, or Sunday, one of the two. But yeah, so thank you very much, guys, for joining me on this super awesome live stream. I wish I could do a later one, but unfortunately, you know, I've got things to do. Ouch! I thought that's only 1/6. Got in the day. I thought there's 1/6. I say I'm tired, man. I can't even read your comment. But anyway, yeah. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Super awesome live stream. We have one in 2 days' time. One that got delayed, so that's another one from Kennedy Space Center. So yeah, thank you very much, guys, for watching. I'm Lee. Fly safe, land safer.